Villainous beats, villainous beats, villainous beats. Villainous beats, villainous beats.
In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. Imagine that, a future that's super black. Long as your skin brown, your superpowers intact. What would your powers be? Just hope it ain't super whack. Spatial manipulation, create a portal that's black. Maybe just super speed, time travel to run it back. Or cheat manipulation to keep my spirit intact. As I encounter evils the world face, demons the world makes, I'm needed the world at stake. Rest in peace to Chadwick, they killed all the Black Panthers. Told us white lies, I still marvel at black answers. Suits in DC, pray it lead to a civil war. It ain't no Justice League, what's the need to be civil for? Propelled like the juggernaut, it's clear ain't no stopping this. The world in grave danger, who can stop the apocalypse? They killed all the heroes, the new ones don't really care. But if you need me, put your fist up in the air. Yeah, in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is Super Black.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in. It's another episode of Blerd's Eye View. It's Thursday. Myself and the team, we're just doing a group watch of the Mandalorian season 3 finale. Emotions. But without further ado, let's make sure she's getting situated. I always say ladies first. She's telling me, wait a minute. Okay. So if we're in that case, I will bring in the cinematic assassin. Let's get him going. What's going on, man?
There we go.
There we go.
You.
How do I sound on your end? I had to switch my stuff over.
Sounds clean and crispy over here.
Okay, that works for me. What's going on, man?
Sorry, I couldn't partake in the group watch. Don't know what technical issues I was having on my end. However, I did watch The Room.
Yeah, you told me.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
I now know. I've seen all the memes. I've heard all the jokes, but watching it for yourself is truly an experience.
It was a lot of questions that was being asked. I'm sure.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa. Excellence. Just Oscars.
Oh man. Oh, so she ready? You ready? She's ready. Okay. We're bringing in Lady Mandalore. What's going on?
Hi, how are you? How's everybody doing?
Night. What happened in this finale? She got
Lord.
Oh, everything happened in this finale.
Everything. I've decided to change my life. I no longer need to be bathed in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. I will take the living waters of Mandalore.
Oh my
wow.
God.
Wow.
It was an experience. It hit the note. Filoni and Favreau. Here, you know what?
Oh.
Since we're already in it, I'm gonna just say, Jesus Christ.
Oh.
My God.
Please, oh God, don't start. You know there's a few of us out there that don't know how to act.
Yeah.
A few.
Baby Yoda, baby Jesus is not a far stretch for too many people within that fandom. Good Lord.
I will
protect
say
the child at all costs.
Yes, please protect it, Lord. When I say all the times I was yelling during that episode, get the baby. Everything was going down. I'm like, get the baby. Where's the baby?
One job.
Let's just get the baby.
You sound like a black mama when she sees some random child with no coat on.
Right.
Get that baby.
Yeah, it was. It was some notes that were hit. Favreau and Filoni, you did a fantastic job.
Rick Fumiya, the director, Rick.
Yes, beautiful job. Beautiful.
I think he's done the majority of these episodes too. He's with it.
There was man. Look out for the Grogu slide. I swear to God, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
I didn't see that coming, and it tickled me. It tickled me because we see
like the cha-cha slide.
No, so daddy, his daddy. That's because that's what he is. His daddy. When he's doing his thing, he slides to get his weapon or whatever. Well, he did a move like that in this episode. Bo-Katan did a slide move, and the baby did a slide move. And I was just like, I'm here for this.
Yes.
Thank you.
Train me.
For those out there who are fussy about the puppet work, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Please. We needed this.
Don't know how much time those people put in to literally don't know how much time those people put into those animatronics. It's not like fuck off. Like leave them alone.
Once again, like we said, protect the baby with all costs. Just protect the baby with all costs. But it was a definite beautiful ending. It was a nice capper. Things were hit in notes. Somebody came up with a theory today that I had to really think about. We were looking at Moff Gideon. And prior times that we've seen Moff Gideon, he had a mustache. This Moff Gideon we've seen didn't have it. Now, is it a stretch? Possibly. Considering the fact of what we know now. So it's a stretch.
He went to Harry's Razors.
It's enough. It's enough of a
more.
stretch. Yeah, it's enough of a stretch to make you really like Lady Mandalore is already thinking about it. You know what? Let's jump right into it. We're gonna jump right into it because it's been so much going on. We're getting right into it. We're getting into the action. I think I'm gonna change that intro now. You know me, I'm always advancing. I get it from Sherry. It's not broken, but you can always improve.
Yeah.
But so if you haven't been listening to the show so far, first off, let me say thank you for all that's tuning in. If you're watching us on YouTube, remember to hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I'm your man, Chris Fury. It's 10 seasons. I don't know what else to tell you. This is Lady Mandalore. This is Cinematic Assassin. It's all in the titles. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to Amron over at Opulence Radio because we are leading the pack in Blerd Out Thursdays. We're doing our thing, blurring it out, and more Blerd podcasts are joining. Look out for them. Look out for them. So it's been a thing. But thank you for tuning in. You can check us out wherever you listen to your podcast, including Opulence Radio. You can also check us out on your television if you have Roku or Amazon Fire through Always Press Record Television. Go to APR TV on Roku or Amazon Fire. Download the app. Boom. You watch us along with other great shows that they have on there, including the Hero Courts that's being executive produced by Hellspawn and Travius Lawson, where they doing their dope He-Man PSAs.
Yeah, those are cool.
Check those
like,
out.
Just the
check
intro
those
alone.
out. The intro alone. Check those out. So yeah, shout out to all of them. Shout out to our sponsors over at Otaku, our partners over at Otaku Noir. If you go to a Otaku Noir and you get yourself a Blerd blind mystery box, trust me, you're not really blind because the stuff that they get in it every month, bomb. Can't go wrong. Loot Crate, who? That look. You can't lose getting a Blerd blind mystery box from Otaku Noir. And if you go to Otaku Noir and at checkout you type in Blerd's Eye View, you get a discount. Look at that. Fun for everybody.
Free money.
Get you one of them real boxes, not one of them gentrification boxes.
Yes. It's all the blackness. We got books galore.
Like, where else are you going to get something like this? Tell me.
I'm glad
Tell
you
me.
we got to work on that.
Yo.
Yeah,
Dude.
we're actually we got, so me and Kira are getting ready to work on something dealing with that. So that's gonna be fun. You thought you heard our voices before. Wait till you hear this one. It's gonna be fun. We are going to lose our minds. If I wish I had more props to put like in the
I mean, oh god, yeah. We'll talk.
Yeah, we got to figure it out.
We'll talk.
This lady made 20 sound effects in a row.
Keep up work.
It's so it begins. So it's been a ride. We had a lot of stuff go on. I don't have any pictures for it right now because I'm still waiting for all that news to come in. But if you've listened to Tuesday's episode or watched Tuesday's episode, as you know, Jonathan Majors has parted ways with his management company and also has been taking off several movie projects as well. However, late in the wee hours that was going into pre-Thursday Eve, some video has been showing up. Pictures have been showing up.
God damn, I'm not in the mood.
So I'm guessing these are not good pictures.
Actually, they're good for him.
Okay,
they're good for him. But I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting, you know, because if it's what we think it is, baby, y'all got some explaining to do. For real. We've seen this before. Johnny Depp. I'm just saying. And then there's the whole other issue of how dare you go after someone like this when there is a whole other person that's going to be in another film later this summer.
Look, listen.
No corner time.
When are you gonna fire him? When is he getting dropped? Because stop. I will go see the movie. Just tell me you fired him so I can still go see the movie without feeling guilty. Just tell me.
That's it.
Just tell me. There's no way you're keeping him. There's no way. There's no way.
It's too much going on that you just can't say, you know what, I'm here for Batman and Friends though. I am. Batman and Friends, June 16th.
All right, Kira, flesh in some details. What's happening?
I'm not sure I'm supposed to speak on it.
Supposed to? Oh Lord.
I'm not supposed to tell. I have not seen. I didn't know there was a video, sir.
Pictures. There's still pictures that's from video of said person, well, not said person, of the other party at the club after this said event.
So you just gonna make me go on Beyonce's
right? I'm like googling that. Jonathan Majors pictures.
Images. You do.
And the images are, you know, they're CCTV quality, of course. But
I don't need to see this man with no shirt on. That's not what I meant.
I do. I mean, that was a very nice reprise. Speak for yourself, sir.
Answer makes sense, and he's in blackout mode. He's like, I can't believe this. But like I said, you know, apparently, according to those said pictures, because the video is still yet to be released, there were no injuries present. So we don't know. It's still we're just waiting. Disney and Marvel there's no word of them.
They better not. If they learned their lesson the last time.
There's no talks of that right now. He still has a project working with Spike Lee.
Sorry.
We're just no, you're fine. We're fine. We're okay with. I'm one over years of seeing character assassinations and being quick to judge. Case in point, when they found out about Michael Keaton playing Batman or Heath Ledger playing Joker, you know, I've been one, even Ben Affleck playing Batman. I've been one who's like, let's just hold judgment and wait and see what we get before we start to tear it down. With the exception of that first version of Sonic, that was justified. That was justified.
Yeah.
You're muted. Look here.
Sorry, that was living truth that was going to be absolute trash.
Ugly Sonic had to go.
Yeah, that had to be done. There was no question. There was no debate. That needed to be the one time that the internet, Blue Ivy's internet and Rihanna's internet came together and said, you know what? We can't have this.
We will not let it go. This cannot stand.
This will not stand. This will not stand. I gotta grab the pictures because I'm waiting for all of them to come out. But the X-Men Hellfire, the X-Men Hellfire Gala.
Oh right, sorry. Other pictures. Sorry.
God, that was the other picture.
Other pictures.
There's pictures of the X-Men Hellfire Gala that have been coming out. The Hellfire Gala, I look forward to these pictures every year now. This is what, year 3, I want to say. I look forward to these pictures every year because to see some of these pictures come up and to see the drip.
Yeah.
So
there's some nerdy.
Oh no, this isn't a poop face.
Living.
Yeah,
living their best life.
T'Challa's drip is on point.
Sir,
Thor got a nice look right now. Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel has a nice look. Sync and Talon, who most know as X-23, they have matching looks. And then they're actually the longest running couple in Marvel Comics right now. Because of what, if you're reading X-Men, you know why. So by technicality, they're the longest running couple. So but they have a nice look going on. Nova has a great look. It's a couple of them. I'm waiting on the Goddess.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the Goddess yet.
Storm.
Yeah.
Storm goes crazy every time.
Every time I wouldn't, whatever she's got, I'm sure it's gonna be fire. But
if I could figure out a way to make a fog out of a dress, I would be fire every time too.
Oh my god. Yeah, oh my god. Like every time they've come out with the X-Men fire, they've killed it. Emma Frost kills it every year. What was it last year? Doom. I'm like, yo, that's sharp. I don't even like green like that, but that kills. That I like that. So,
can we give a shout out to Spider-Man because baby?
Oh, Miles Morales.
Yeah,
he looked like he walked out of prom and going into the man. I was like,
they go into the strip club afterwards because his uncle got him into the back door. That's what he looked. He looked ready to do something.
This vibe he's got, he's got a whole vibe, and I'm like, this works. This works.
Most facts.
Yeah. So so shout out to the artists who are working on the X-Men Hellfire Gala looks. You have not disappointed as of yet. They have some fire looks that it makes you look at the Met Gala and like, please check out this stuff over here. So it's dope. It's dope. I'm still waiting. I want to see the Goddess. I'll probably see it before the name's out.
I'm still looking for you. Don't worry. I'll let you know.
Oh yeah. We are finally getting the Venture Brothers movie. Finally.
I've been waiting.
I have been waiting for this.
Oh, I've been waiting
for this.
I'm sorry. I'm not excited.
So,
I love this fucking show.
I love the Venture Brothers. Everything about the Venture Brothers works. When you look at Velma, you're just like, see, you did it wrong. They did it right. and then they made fun of your group and still got it right. I don't know how that works, but it works. So we're gonna check out they got a nice little teaser for it right here. Nice little clip, I should say, for Venture Brothers. Radiant is the blood of the baboon heart, which is a hell of a title. Don't ask me why they got it.
Wow.
But so here's a clip.
The most.
Oh, that's my apartment.
I'm in. Affirmative, Pony Boy. Got a lock on the target's cell phone, 20 meters northwest of you.
I don't like it. He's been a ghost for 3 days, and suddenly we get a ping.
Maybe he couldn't find his charger.
All right, team, eyes open. This could be a trap.
Why do they always have to be pre-dawn, these raids? I mean, what's wrong with a nice pre-noon raid? Like a brunch raid?
Hank? Buddy?
So, Radiant is the blood of the baboon heart.
Foolishness.
That's a hell of a title.
That was light work. That is light work.
This one is picking up. Obviously, picking up right after what was it? Season. Good Lord, what was it? Season 7, season 8?
Yeah,
season
something like
7, 2018.
Good
I
times.
can't believe we right post COVID or pre-COVID,
pre-COVID, pre-Trump, I think even
pre-COVID, pre-Popeye's chicken sandwich. It was everything. We lived as kings. We lived as kings.
We knew not what we had when we had it.
Oh, man, I love everything about that show. Everything about that show. The quips, the callbacks, the fact that they make fun of Johnny Quest, Scooby-Doo, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, Shield, brilliantly. Every version of superhero you can think of. Because what was their version of Spider-Man?
League,
the
too?
Justice League. Good Lord, everybody was
Captain
getting
Sunshine.
ripped. Can't get better. Like their version of Spider-Man was Brown Recluse, who of course was voiced by Nathan Fillion, and his webbing came out his butt.
I'm sorry,
but because it's Nathan Fillion, I don't know which was funnier: the fact that it was Nathan Fillion, or the fact that he was called the Brown Recluse and he had this whole backstory. So. I'm looking at cinematic assassins like I can't believe. Yeah, they did all of that. They did all of that. All of that.
Wait, Will, you've watched it?
Venture Brothers, yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Yeah.
No, you was looked like you were confused for a second. I was like, wait.
No. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm like caught up, but I've definitely watched it.
Oh, is there really it's kind of like you jump on and you just there's continuations, but at the same time, you're just like you don't mind going back and watching the rest.
Yeah, like just to refresh. There's been some like episode 1 callbacks.
It has
in that last season. There were some serious. Like I did not expect them to connect every. Okay, again.
Even Green Hornet, even a Green Hornet rip off of with Blue Monarch with
yes.
When he found out about
Blue Morpho.
Oh my God. I was just like, you mean they're ripping on Green Hornet? Oh my God.
It's perfect. It is the perfect show.
The Henchmen, 21 and 23.
Oh God.
Hilarious.
21 Shakespeare quotes.
Like detailed too. Not a couple of one-liners, but there's like a speech.
Yeah, there's 23 had like the biggest glow up of any henchman I've ever seen. Because I'm like, yo, he went from being just a round dude to like all of a sudden being ripped with the sleeves being ripped and had like stubble. And I'm like, okay, this dude went to work. He's like, I will not be a red shirt. Rest in peace, 21. I'll never forget that. I was just like, damn, he does sound like Ray Romano. It just does. It's like it was like an ongoing joke.
It's not mine. Oh no. Come on.
Oh my God. It is. That show is brilliantly done. I remember first starting to watch it before, and I remember one of the boys, they died in an accident. Like they were on the hover cycles and they died in a car accident. And that was the season finale. And I'm like,
yeah,
wait a minute. What? This
is not how we're doing this.
Hey, Talitha. I was like, wait a minute, what kind of show is this? I'm lost. And then I said, let me watch these past episodes and find out what the heck is going on.
I think that was the beginning of like the what is it, the post credits scenes too.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't watch it all the way through, you didn't get get the shuttle.
Yeah,
right. Shovel. Go get the shovel.
You find out it was so layered after that. I was like, oh, I need this.
You've been thinking.
Yeah. brilliantly done. Love that show. It's do they have a date? They don't really have a date. Obviously, they're saying coming soon. It's
been
going to be
5
this year.
years.
Yeah, it's going to be this year. I think they're just, they're just saying, hey,
coming soon makes me nervous. I need commitment.
Yeah.
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 Oh
I
wait,
like
here it
feeling
is.
insecure.
Venture Brothers Radiant is the Blood of the Baboon Heart will be released direct to video later this year. It will subsequently premiere on Adult Swim and Max at a currently undetermined dates. So yeah, they're probably going to do one of those things where it's released the same day or in the same window, because they did that. They did that with Aqua Teen Hunger Force Plantasm. They did the same thing. Like you can literally watch it on Max. Like I seen it at Walmart, and I'm like, wait a minute. And then I was like, I could have swore I just seen it on HBO Max.
I really want to know what the pitch for that show was.
Well, Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Exactly how many drugs were induced prior to and throughout?
I don't think it was so well. You know what?
Somebody on that team was very much not sober.
When you think about, because Aqua Teen Hunger Force was part of the beginning. It was like Space Ghost Coast to Coast. C Lab 20. What was it? C Lab 2020?
2020.
Good Lord, look how dated that is now.
Far future dates of 2021.
Right. So you figure Aqua Teen Hunger Force was part of that build. And so they were just like, hey, here's an idea. We got Moral Laurel. And then we got Super Jail. And then, Squidbillies,
what is it? Lucy, daughter of the devil, or is that before?
Lucy, daughter, Pickles,
yeah,
the dog. By the time we got to Rick and Morty, this stuff was normal.
Yeah, Rick and Morty is light work.
Yeah, it was just like
also. Yeah.
What? Look at me, Morty. I'm a pickle.
Still one of the greatest episodes ever. The fact that he made himself a suit, a bio suit out of rats. Brilliant.
Insane, y'all.
He's insane.
Oh my god. Drugs in the world.
Happy 420.
Well.
Oh, there it is. Also, we've also gotten the teaser for Godzilla and Kong, not Versus, but Godzilla and Kong, the new Empire. It was like a 35-second trailer or something like that. Yeah, like a 35-second trailer. Not much is known.
Is there like a second ape?
Yeah. They're saying that there's another older, possibly bigger ape.
Frankie Kong.
Like somebody actually said blue ape, and I'm like, how do you explain that? How do you explain that?
Will's happy. That's what matters.
Right. So we'll take a look at that now.
Gorilla.
It's only 30 seconds.
Ew, why does he look like an orangutan?
It looks like King Louie.
It does.
Louie doo. I want to be like you. I done killed a King Kong and a Godzilla. That boy.
I'm not. I can't. I'm
not sure.
All right.
Not sure?
No. I'm sure. No, I'm sure. I know what. No, I've never. I can't. And I won't. I can't.
This is the future of the Planet of the Apes. They just kept playing out.
Yeah. We have a special guest with us tonight to join us in our conversation. Dwayne Madry. Here he is. What's going on, Dwayne?
Hey.
All the way in Texas. You're on mute, my guy. Hold on. Let me see if I can get you on mute. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
How are you? I'm here
for
work. I figured, I'm here for work. Got to get this in.
There you go. There you go. Have a little fun while you're at work. That's what I always say.
Loosen up.
He is. How do you introduce yourself?
My name is Dwayne Madre. I wrote a 15-book series, along with graphic novels. About over 120 of them are getting ready to come out, and looking to do animation as well. I've had screenwriters reach out, so we'll be doing that also. But obviously, it's baby steps. So
our very own cinematic assassin over here. Very much into the filming stuff.
Oh, okay. My man.
I'm the voice work guy.
if you need a lady.
Yeah.
I always value my black queens.
There you go.
Thank you.
Mm.
As you should.
So now the book what is it, Sahel?
Sahel.
Okay.
Sahel.
There we go. But we were talking what we like to do, we talk about some of the news and stuff and some of the stuff that's been coming out. And as you see, we just showed the teaser of Godzilla and Kong. That looks like a baboon that there might be fighting. It does. Long arms, red fur, just it's giving me baboon vibes.
I got the Jungle Book vibe.
Yeah,
Yes,
King Louis.
immediately.
King Louis. Exactly. Like Simeon says, he's like, hey, it's King Louis. Where's Baloo?
Right.
It's getting closer. The talks are getting closer. They're very, I want to say, probably in final states. We might have our Mr. Fantastic in Adam Driver.
Oh,
What?
Jesus fucking H Christ. Why? Why can't they just leave? Just stop.
Wow.
You can look outside of Disney for actors for fun. I can't. I
What's
don't
the
want
H stand
this.
for?
Huh?
No, she's Jesus F and H Christ. I was like, what's that?
I believe
Harold.
yes.
Jesus Harold Christ.
How could be?
Yeah, Adam Driver.
I mean, it's just like Fred Sanford. Like, we still to this day don't know what the G means. It's just like whatever he wants it to. Yeah, Adam Driver, I don't knock his acting credentials. And I do want to see what he has. Once again, I gotta reserve the judgment. I have to reserve judgment. I have to, because I don't want to be that one and be like, man, he sucks, and then turn around
and
he's pretty damn good, you know.
I've been there.
Yeah, I mean, we've done it. We've all done it. So, I mean, I gave Ben Affleck a chance. He's proven me wrong as Batman. I said, Daredevil was the bad taste in my mouth, and I said, you know what? When Kevin Conroy makes a video as Batman and says, I believe in you. However, if you mess this up, I will find you.
Oh, wow.
I don't think you had a choice but to get it right. Everything else was not his fault.
Someone's knocking on my door. Hold on.
Oh, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, like the rest of that was not his fault. So, but I'm willing to give this a shot. They have 4 runner-ups for Sue Storm. I don't see, they're not bad picks. I don't see any of them being bad picks, but they're not solid yet. There's nothing solid on stone yet.
Listen, I just respectfully know, like, I can't see it, like, on the front end. Like, it's not visually coming together for me, him being Mr. Fantastic. And worse yet, you gave us Krasinski already.
Kylo. Yeah.
He's a damn good look, man.
I don't
Like,
understand
I feel
why.
like they're giving us somebody random and then surprised us with Krasinski for the actual film. Like, it's a different. Like, if Driver was in whatever Multiverse of Madness, like, it'd be weird, but it's like, all right, cool. And then he gets, like, spaghetti. But, like, a whole movie? I don't. Not visually in my head coming together. I'm sorry.
You're just waiting. Just
not Pasketti'd.
Spaghetti. Yeah, spaghetti.
That's what I called it, Paschetti.
It's Paschetti. Yeah, it's close. It works. It works. We don't know Elizabeth Olsen, who is currently doing press run on her show that's on HBO Max. Has not heard anything recently about What Up Raw. Has not heard anything yet about her role as Wanda as of yet. I hope they bring her back. I don't see them just kind of leaving that like it is. It's kind of it's weird, especially when you still have stuff going on with Vision that kind of tie together.
And
So
Agatha.
and Agatha. So I don't, unless she's playing coy, which if she is, then she's damn good at it. Talking. I'm looking at you, Mark Ruffalo and Tom Holland. Can't shut your mouths. We love you, but you can't shut your mouth. So there's that whole thing going on. I'm just waiting to see how that turns out. I'll reserve. The picks. They had a couple picks for Sue Storm. I can't remember the actress's name, but she was in Hobbs and Shaw. She was Shaw's sister.
Oh, Vanessa Kirby.
That's her name.
Vanessa Kirby?
Yeah.
What I do.
Yeah. That's her name. That's her name. So she's one of the runners up, and it was another actress, but no word yet. We still have till next year.
I guess I could see her as Sue Storm, but if you're gonna make Adam Driver read whatever, whoever, let's give roles to everybody.
I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't know what to say. I get it. Why? I have
Roman
so
Reigns, Ben Grimm. Why not? Everybody gets a role. Whoever. Come on down.
I'm stuck with Kylo Ren in my head, and I'm stuck with the dude from
he did
Girls.
Terrible.
Yeah. That was the show, Girls. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I'm eating nachos. So
I forgot about that. Oh no.
I bet y'all did. I did not. It is gross negligence on their part to let this man.
Well,
I don't know what they're doing.
Wasn't the original one supposed to be? I think people had an outrage because John Boyega was supposed to take it a different direction, and then got involved because how I understand it and I like to. This is my nerd coming out, so I apologize.
Oh, you're in the no. You're in the right place for that.
Black nerd.
So I started doing some deep research, and I'm like, wait a minute. So all these people were complaining about it because the way they were going to take it was he was supposed to be the next Jedi, and because he was already Force sensitive, and how I understand was they were supposed to tie it into Mace Windu. And people put a kibosh on it because I think that would have been good. But I'm like, wait a minute, that storyline would have played out better than what we got here. Because
we were on our way. We were on our way because it was J.J. Abrams who did Force Awakens, and then he
Force
had
Awakens
to.
Was dope.
Yes,
Sorry,
it was where it needed to be, and then he ended up actually. J.J. Abrams had Star Trek and Star Wars.
Yes.
And I think some scheduling conflicts started coming up, so he couldn't do the second Star Wars. So that's when Rian Johnson came in
and screwed it all up.
So So by the time JJ took the third and final one,
he had to make up for the second one.
Yeah, he couldn't really course correct like he wanted it.
Yeah, because it should have been, I don't know how I understood it was with when she was fighting Kylo Ren at the end. That was how I understood it. It was supposed to be a different fight entirely. It was supposed to be him and Kylo Ren.
I believe it.
So I'm just like, I don't know. Just after seeing the first one, and then when you see the second, the third, you're like,
yeah. You see where the ball was dropped. I'm a big proponent I'm a big proponent when I see any kind of film. There's two things that's wrong. If you have a film and you change directors mid-film, that's never a good idea.
No,
or it's never a good outcome. Or if you have a slew of films that's telling an overarching storyline, you don't change your directors, or at least have them in the same room.
Well, you can get away with that in a TV series.
Yeah. Yeah, but, because it's a different dynamic. The dynamic's different.
Yeah.
Right. But in the movie, you can't. There's a reason why Kevin Feige's doing all the Marvels for a reason, for continuity's sakes. And Zack Snyder screwed up.
Yeah, Zack is still pushing this whole Snyderverse thing. I'm like, dude, just let it go.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think DC is better, but they just don't have the right person to do it.
Well, James Gunn? Or prior to or
the
does
DCEU.
Gunn the DCEU.
Yeah.
Which I still need to watch Titans. Because I got a teaser on something last night.
I keep trying to be.
Do you need to watch Titans?
It's the second half of the last season, so why not?
Yeah, that's facts.
Second half of the last season. I'm just getting it.
I won't ruin it for you then.
Yeah. And it got to do, the particular scene has to deal with Beast Boy. So, and there's several appearances. Let's just say that
Black Adam shows up.
God, I hope not.
Try to keep a straight face. That was fun.
Oh God!
So we're talking about the casting of certain characters. Oh Lord, we're talking about the casting of certain characters, and there has been a uproar over the Lilo and Stitch movie.
They're doing a live action.
They're doing a live action.
They're
doing a live action.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This was my thing.
Yeah, it's now so far. Like people were saying that I don't know any of these actors that they have except for Courtney B. Vance, because they were saying that they brought in another actress to take on a social worker, and the first thing everybody was saying, what, no bubbles? And then here it is, Courtney B. Vance.
Hold your water, relax.
Yeah. So Courtney B. Vance has been cast as Cobra Bubbles. So
Bubbles.
They were just like, Courtney B. Vance. I said, he's a fantastic actor. You better wait. I'm sure he can. I'm sure he can do it. He can cut his hair bald. They keep showing the Lovecraft Country look. No, he's been bald before. He's fine.
Who playing Stitch?
So they showed. It's obviously some CGI and some puppet work.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if I want to see
the little picture I seen. It looks like Stitch, only he's not blue. He's like brown. Like
what?
Yeah.
What?
And I'm like, is that supposed to be Stitch? We know there's other versions. I'm like, that's not supposed to be Stitch, is it?
I know y'all fucking around. I know y'all are lying. I know y'all lying.
Like you got to explain it.
I know y'all are lying.
I'm like, it's picture Stitch, instead of him being blue, he's brown.
No,
like Rocket.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
No. No. All right, listen, look, I've never watched that movie all the way through. However, for someone that's never watched it and I'm this upset about it, absolute no. Y'all, no. How many different ways can I tell y'all I'll quit this whole thing. I will quit this whole thing. Y'all keep playing with emotions. Stop doing it.
Now, over on with the Moana to kick, obviously The Rock is playing Maui, which is fine because he voiced Maui. So okay, good pick. I don't. Yeah, it is an obnoxious cat brand for Rock. It really is. But at least you got it right. Moana will be played by an actually Pacific Islander. She's much younger, of course. She looks like she's much younger than the animated counterpart that we've
I
seen.
got the casting right.
Yeah. So far, I don't have a problem with they have. So far with the casting they have, I don't have a problem with that. For Moana, I'm like, okay, you got the two main components right. That's kind of all you need, because everything else was hey.
I was about to say, but will Alan Tudyk be back to play Hey?
We need Alan Tudyk to
That's
come
important.
back to do the voice of Hey. We just need that. Plain and simple, no questions asked. He gives us gold every time.
Sure.
Just does. It just does. And like I said, this trio here, well, you know, this family, this is a family. This man has a family.
Great fire.
Daddy Din Djarin, Grandpa Creef, Aunt Bo.
Season 4. I can't wait till season 4.
Oh my god. Just all around fun. Fantastic job. Watching Grogu run, I just kept saying, "Look at his little legs."
I thought it was
Go, baby, go.
Go, baby, go. He got his nuggies at the end. I'm happy for him. So yeah, great job they're doing over there. I can't wait for Star Wars Visions season 2. If they do another, are they doing another Tales of the Jedi?
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like I heard.
I think they are.
I'm not Let me go. I'll go look.
Yeah, I know they have Vision season 2 coming up.
Fuck,
So,
fuck
but,
with
You know where they're going with the Mandalorian? What direction they're going in? I think I have.
They haven't.
You have an idea?
Said anything.
I have an idea. I don't.
Oh,
I don't want to like. I don't know. Based off because when season 3 came out, I binged 1 and 2.
mm-hmm.
Then watched 3 again, and then while I'm in my hotel room after we get off this, I'm gonna binge 3 again.
I think everybody's binging 3 again because you're not engulfed in it. You're not ingrained in the culture if you don't. Like, didn't you see this before? Yes. There's things to learn. Just let me be.
Exactly. I just get the feeling like obviously the Mandalorians and the Jedis are enemies.
Mm-hmm.
So I just get the feeling something's going to happen. Like the New Republic's going to be like, why don't we just get the Jedis since we got them?
I need more Ahmed Best.
and they haven't rebuilt the order yet, and that's what Rey's coming in to do.
Yeah.
So, and now Grogu is technically the link between Jedi and the Mandalorians. Sorry, I'm a nerd. I've been in this.
Why are we apologizing for what we are? Never apologize for this.
Your name is Lady Mandalore.
That's what I saw. I was like, Lady Mandalore. Okay, yep.
I might know a thing or two about a thing or two.
We are our namesakes. If we don't let these flags fly,
it's fine then.
Then we doing all this for nothing.
Tales of the Jedi season 2 is currently in production and will be released in 2024.
Man, that season was.
Oh,
Lady,
I'm crying.
Yeah,
dude,
I'm watching it. I was watching it and texting Lady Mandalore. Yeah, I was texting her, and she was like, "Why did you watch it all at once?" And I'm like, "I couldn't help it."
You gotta pace yourself.
Got to that episode, I'm like, "Oh God, like, why?"
I'm gonna watch it because have you ever watched a show and then when you get caught up, you get pissed off because you have to wait this week?
Yeah,
that's why I don't want to feel that way.
Yes,
that's
why I act like I hate animes, and then I wait and
Attack on
Titan. It's all over.
Oh Lord,
sir,
Aaron
the struggle bus.
The way I tried to not watch them that hour. Like, I'm gonna just wait till the next one come out. I'm gonna do it. I didn't.
No.
And now I'm mad.
Because here's the thing: something always happens, and you're just like, I gotta know.
Yeah.
We end up at work, eyes red, yawning all day, no matter how much coffee you done had. It's just you're like, I'm paying for it. Yeah, or you call out, prepare the others. You're just like you're ready for it. You're just like, you know what, but it was worth it. I'll go home and reconnect myself. But yeah, that's kind of everything that's been going on in the news so far. People have been talking about obviously Jonathan Majors, like I said earlier.
Man, he fell from grace.
I mean, we're still waiting for that news. Like, I'm like, dude, just hurry up and get this. If you have the footage, you need to tell your PR team to hurry up and put this shit out.
Get in front of it.
You better get a new. He's got to get a new one now.
Yeah,
there is no PR team.
This is messy. But if by chance Marvel had, even though they have not disconnected any relationships with him, or he's still playing Kang. I mean, he's already shot season 2 of Loki. They were saying if they had to, they will look for Damson Idris type of character. And I'm like, why does it have to be him? Why don't you just go talk to John?
The Snowfall character.
Yeah. Why don't you just go talk to John Boyega?
Ooh.
Boy, you know that is not anything that the light of Disney touches he is not coming anywhere near that.
Look, Kevin Feige is going to come in here with his baseball cap, and he's going to get on his phone, just like he did with every other actor he's dealt with. He was just like, you know what? We need to make this right.
I don't know how much money right costs.
He's like, don't be mad at me, brother. That was the other side.
That was the
number I got right down for you to say yes.
How many zeros does it take? You know
why? But that's how Feige talks in my head during these meetings.
Yeah, like we see him with the brim up front, but when he's really getting in business, he flips it.
Like he's about to play ping pong.
Like his assistant is getting him coffee, and when she comes back, he or she comes back, they see that brim turn to the back, they be like, "Just kind of leave because he's in business."
Right. See, this is Feige, but then you gotta switch to Feigod. About to write these checks. Feigod don't play around.
I'm gonna make this right.
Let me get the good pen out.
Let me get the good pen right. That's sitting up there is in cold seal, carbonite cold seal. It was like we only bring this out for we only use this for special occasions.
This is made from the quill of an ostrich.
Sat under the Saharan sun for 3 days.
Right.
You had to wait for that one single leaf feather to fall from grace. It's all natural, organic.
The stars have to align just right so the ink flows just how we need it to. It doesn't bleed through the check. It dries instantly. Just so nice. What is wrong with us?
Nothing.
Sleep deprivation.
We are going to take a commercial break. We're going to talk to our guest Dwayne Madry and Shahil and his whole platform that he's got going. He said all those books. I was just like, Jesus, you are way ahead of the curve. So listen to our partners over at Always Press Record.
Make fast money, y'all. We getting ready to finish up the game here. Now your teammate done scored enough points. I think you just need to get one answer right to win. You ready?
Ready.
Okay, name a podcast. Blerd's Eye View. Who should have won that Oscar? Angela Bassett. Who did win the Oscar? Don't give a damn. Name a cartoon. Ed, Edd n Eddy. Name a guest from question 1. Carl Jones. Alright, that did it. Congratulations, you won the game. Hellspawn cosplay. Now we only need a one name. Hieroglyphics. You can stop now. Josh Evans. Chase Bogan. Josh Brown. Y'all cut the commercial. He gonna be out there for a while. Blerd's Eye View. Be sure to peep the podcast on all platforms, or stream every episode on Always Press Record TV. APR TV now downloadable on Amazon and Roku. APR TV, the power of podcasting in the palm of your hand. Get it today.
Do you like your pancakes patted, your biscuits buttered, your cakes fluffy? Then you should get Mother Butters. I put that on everything. Pasta, veggies, rice, and everything nice. Mother Butters will get you right. Oh yeah, GMO free, and for those who are vegan, Mother Butters has a non-dairy option. That's right, there's enough Mother Butters for everyone to enjoy. Get Mother Butters from your local grocery store. Hey man, what you doing in my kitchen? All right. Mother Butters. With a balanced, complete breakfast with frosted fangs. You can't lose. We have our guest tonight, Dwayne A. Madry of Shahil, and he's going to talk to us about all these books he's got. I look. You said 15. I'm like, okay, well, he's established. So let's talk about it.
Well, so I've written the first 11.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have probably the next 4 written in the next year or two. But book 1 came out last June. Book 2 is getting ready to come. Every Juneteenth, we have a book coming out. So people have something to look forward to. But it's a 15-book series. And I just how I came about it was, I was 16 years old, and and I think as you all know, when growing up watching cartoons, there was no representation. Let's just call it for what it is. There wasn't, but we still watched because we loved it, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
At least I did. X-Men on Saturdays. Remember Ronin Warriors?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Those were the days.
Ninja Turtles, all of it, just all of it. So I just remember it dawned on me, and I was just looking across, and I'm like, there's no black characters. I was like, oh, all right. I remember, just like, this sucks. I was like, it's just seriously, I was like, this sucks. Someone's got to do something about this. So I was like, well, and so I'm thinking to myself, like when you tell your parents, well, maybe someone else will come up with it. You know what I mean? And you sit back and wait for someone else to come up with it. And so I'm like, okay. And so like another 90 days had passed, and I'm like, ain't nobody coming up with anything. I was like, I'm gonna have to do it. You know what I mean? So I think from a young age, I was like, screw it, I'll just do it. So we were just talking about Star Wars, right? And I love Star Wars. We all love Game of Thrones, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And
except for season 8. We don't talk about
we don't talk about
season 8.
Don't get me started.
We leave that one out the pasture.
I was hot when that one came out. You know what I mean? And then, and then we all liked Lord of the Rings. And then when I found out the orcs were black people, I was hot, so I couldn't watch it no more, right? So I was like, huh. But I said, you know what? And I love those things, and I grew up watching them. So I said, I'm going to create a series where it combines those three. Those 3 in 1 with the DC twist. And so I created Sahel. It was, a 15-book series. It's a dark racial fantasy series. So as well as I know, the people are offended by the truth. So I figured, why not create a fantasy series under the speculative genre where it's all true, but because you're presenting it as fantasy, people are going to think it's fantasy, even though when they start and do fact check, like, oh, that's real. Well, that's real. And so I started, that's what I started doing. So I created this story about these 4 girls, about 4 black women. One of them's a black albino, you know what I mean? And they strike down, they leave their home world and they hit the center of this continent called Alkebulan, which is what Africa was called prior to colonial intervention. And so they struck in the center of this in Africa, or Alkebulan, what we call it. And inside of the asteroid was the ancient Kemites. They're escaping their home world. So they come out of this asteroid and they started dying because they weren't used to the sun. So the gods who created this world, Ishtar and Obatala, said, let's save them. So they sent down black people, because this is a black story about black people, to mingle bloodlines, right? So this area became Sahel. What ended up happening is it upset their second-born son, Nodus, which is Satan spelled backwards. And he didn't like the fact that their bloodlines were being mingled. So he wanted to basically come through and eradicate the taint, those who had mixed bloodlines with his. He wanted to wipe them all out. So book one's about, so you know the first 4 books, you have the ancient blood, the sacred blood, the divine blood, and the cursed blood. And it's basically a retelling of our history in a way, because I modeled, so Lord Commander Nodus, he ends up getting this group called the Narsans, and I modeled them after the Nazis. So instead of making a swastika, I made a square with 4 L's. And
Okay.
so they,
Okay.
Yeah, you had me at White Devil.
well, Lord Commander Nodus is a skin changer. He's black and white and the creator of systemic racism.
I read when you were talking about that in your bio, and I'm like, this is interesting. You know, I wanted to know how this, because when I seen Nodus, and I'm like, that's Satan spelled backwards. I knew that. I was just like, I need to know how this works.
So what happened, and you're going to have questions, and I'll get to that in a minute. And so what happened is he ends up invading Sahel. And when he does, he disperses the bloodlines. Okay. So
Black Spartan.
He disperses the blood. So what happens is, I don't want to give too much away, but what happens is it's about these 4 girls at the age of, who were born blind, by the way, trying to get home. Okay. And so this book 1 through 4 is going to talk about their journey home, but on their way home, they inadvertently trigger the signs of the times and the first initial gathering of the 12 bloodlines.
Well, damn. You had me already. So here's some of the images you sent me. I like good art. I like good
this
art.
is part of our graphic novel. So if you look, you can see in the upper right-hand corner, Sahel is under attack, and the Narsans have airships, as you can see. This is taking place during the Age of Enlightenment, because during the Age of Enlightenment, as you all know, blacks were not allowed to participate in that era. And so you're seeing all this take place. What you also see is you're seeing the Knob to Hingey gates, which is people call it Stonehenge, but it was Knob to Hingey before it was Stonehenge. And through those gates, you have the ability to, once they're activated in the 4 in the middle, to travel anywhere in Ard through those gates. But they're retracting into the ground because, as you can see, Sahel has been invaded. And so to protect those secrets, they're being invaded in. So you also see the first woman here. That is Wadira. That is that is Nergal, the mother, the High Queen, and she's the mother of one of the girl you see right here, the baby girl you see looking right at you, Wadira.
I think this is dope.
I love the art.
Yeah, why is the art so clean? Like, what's just
not why.
Why is the art so?
Because it must be clean. It's what grabs you. I like the way that's built up. The comic book medium and the graphic art medium, graphic novel medium. What people don't understand is when they say, "Oh, I don't like politics in my comics," or "I don't like this." I'm like, you don't seem to understand. It's in all of it, from the beginning.
Yes,
from Superman being an immigrant to Captain America, it's in the title. To X-Men, it's all there. Even Spider-Man.
What they don't tell you too about Superman. Allow me to interject, if I may. They call him Kal-El. So the EL, guess where those abbreviations come from? The Moors.
And this is why we should have a black Superman anyway. We have 3 of them, but still.
I mean, the man gets his energy from the sun and takes
it's kind of
there.
It's there.
Superman is a black man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's like
melanin.
That's why Val-Zod makes so much sense. It's just it's there. When I hear people talk like that, I have to scoff and then laugh at them, because it's like you have no idea. You just have no idea. It's thinly veiled, but it's not so veiled enough that like you just don't know. Like this is why when people read comics, they tend to get a lot of people that's read comics. A lot of times they tend to take on those attributes of those said heroes, you know, because they stand up for something that they inspire to be. You know, Black Panther, Captain America, Spider-Man. Despite all the shit he goes through, he continues pushing through. You know, Superman. You know, Superman, and then I can't really say Batman, but you know, people just want the gadgets. They can deal without the rest of the stuff. They just want the gadgets.
I mean, why not be the only human that every meta-human fears?
Then there's that.
I mean, the justice
too.
I mean, money. I mean, his superpower is money. Let's be honest. But when every superpowered being fears you and you have no powers, I'm just saying.
So you say you walk on the you walk on a ship in the Javelin, and you're just like,
he's as smart as Tony Stark too, though. He's got a Tony Stark like mind where he knows how to defeat you.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I rock with Batman. But I'm, you know, yes, he is the only person with no powers. But let's just be honest. I don't see Superman challenging him. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, Apocalypse even says it in like in the Justice League cartoon. He's like, "You're human. Why are you fighting?" Superman's like, "Cause this man won't quit."
He did kind of have that line where he sat there and said, "You would do the one thing that what did he say? You would do the one thing that Wonder Woman or Superman wouldn't do because they actually care." You, on the other hand,
he's like, "Please." Bruce is just kind of like, "Please let me hit the button. Just please."
He's the one you don't want hitting the button because he has no remorse.
But he is.
I just want to go home. That's why I just want to go home.
I want a cucumber sandwich, and y'all stopping me from eating Alfred's cucumber sandwiches. I was watching Apocalypse, Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, and when you watch that, you see this is like, yeah, even there, he tortured everybody, but he was like, you got a mind, and I need it.
You have a mind that transcends your mortal self. I'm like was
that
slick a compliment / a diss?
I will make you my slave because you are that damn good. So, but that's what a lot of people don't seem to understand is, you know, it speaks to children, it speaks to adults and preteen, teenagers, whatever, because there are factions that's going on. Just like in your book, there are that all you explained is one, teaching you history and telling you what came before, because you know we all know things come over to the West, as most people say it, and
diluted.
It did diluted. You know, words change and everything else changes in time over time. It's like The Secret. You know, if I tell Will a secret, he turns around and tells Cinematic Assassin. He tells Lady Mandalore. By the time he gets to you, it's a totally different thing. It happens
100%.
You know, so we are flawed individuals. However, you can't tear away from the truth that's written in front of you. You know, if it's done right, you just can't walk away from it. So,
well, no, you're right. You know, I mean, and it's like, I mean, we all know the history of albinos, right?
In what sense?
So basically, albinos were hunted. So they were hunted. If they were buried, they were dug up because they thought their bones could heal them. I mean, and so I take those same stereotypes. And you're going to love it when you get to book 4, which comes out in 2 years. You know what I mean? And so it's already written, but comes out in 2 years.
He's like, it's just waiting in the chamber.
It's already edited, everything. It's ready to go.
Okay.
The problem is, imagine this. Imagine being albino, living in a world where you're fair game. And there's no consequences or repercussions whatsoever. They can do whatever they want to you. And you have to walk around with the shawl and the shimga on wherever you go. And you have to get to your homeland. Let that sink in. But they also got powers, and this is where I take the power aspect. So imagine this. I can tell this to you now because we're trademarked and copyrighted. So anyway,
the legal stuff has been taken care of.
Right.
So you know in ancient Kemite how the women had their tattoos?
Yeah.
Women of royalty were distinguished by tattoos. So imagine these girls, when they blink their eyes twice, so you got sapphire, emerald, hematite, gray, and turquoise. So if you blink your eyes twice, they're sapphire. They then turn cerulean because they're lit up. As they light up, your tattoos light up too, giving you the ability to conjure.
Interesting.
I'm done.
I like it.
It took years, but the thing is, it puts black women on the stage front and center, because in our community, who's the backbone of our community?
Well,
women.
Women.
Black women.
It's
We don't sweat either.
Always the black women.
Right.
I love it.
Never break a sweat.
Yeah.
I mean, they love the power structure. It's been set up to the point to where, you know, I mean, and I just want to be honest and straightforward. Like, I've had several screenwriters reach out, and I'm like, I'm not even there yet. Just let me get to book 5 or 6 first. Let me build up a following before we start talking about that kind of stuff. But I mean,
see, he thinks ahead because he's not because George R. Martin didn't think ahead. He didn't think this is why we got season 8. He didn't think,
or finish. Let's just do that.
He literally just finished.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, it's like 3 or 4 years too late.
I mean,
my goal is to be done. So when it came to that point, it's done. There's side stories, but I'm done.
Thank you for not going that route. I appreciate that. Just because, my God, if persistence was a person, if procrastination was a person,
yeah,
shoot,
it is a person.
He's lucky I arrived to start.
Suspenders.
Yeah,
they're mad at him because they're people mad because there's Starbucks coffee cups in the shot. I'm like, look, this dude ain't even finished with the story. The hell with the cups. I don't.
Right. I just want to know if Arya completed her mission. That's all I want to know.
That's all any of us want to know. We're here for Arya. That's what it ends up becoming.
I gave up on John, but Arya, come on now.
Well, same with Theon Greyjoy. He was supposed to replace Varys as the Lord of Whispers.
Yeah,
and that story, I wanted to see that play out.
Well, he was supposed to get his redemption arc since he's been eunuched. He said
in such a polite manner.
Oh no,
he got humbled the hard way.
Oh no.
Yeah, but he had
double puns. Stop it,
all day.
William. Stop it.
I gotta catch
Good
up.
God,
it's gotta catch up.
You know what? I didn't think about that as I said it, but I don't regret it.
I know you did. That's why I'm asking you to stop. Jesus, Mary and Christ. Okay.
Oh my God.
I know this this is an adult program. However, y'all 3 in a row.
Well, it probably came up short.
I mean, Will is persistent. He's about the double tap, and then the one for extra measure. It just works.
Kira's like, I'm out.
Gotta admire somebody that can like double tap. Hey, he got the double tap. Oh, he gave you a third one. Perfect. So it works, man. So how many books you said you had? 15.
So it's 15. I've got the first 11 written.
Nice.
I'm actually going through book 5 because I had to add 6 more chapters. And so 5 and 6 are going to be part 1 and part 2 because they're 1,000 pages each. So I had to separate them. But the reason why is you'll understand once you read them, because I'm gonna give you this little tidbit.
Okay.
So, and once you understand this tidbit, you'll understand why. So imagine this. Now, so what happened is that there's a war, and I'm going to use today's terms so you understand where I'm coming from, but just know I use different words in the book, okay?
Uh-huh.
So imagine you're in heaven, Andalusia, and he creates this plan. Mm-hmm. And there's this, and so Ishtar and Obatala presented to their sons, Herod, Solomon, and Nodus, a plan to save all their children. And he said, this plan, some of you aren't going to come back, but you're going to go down to this place called Ard, which is Earth in Afrikaans, and you're going to test yourself and 2/3, you know, some of you guys aren't going to come back, but we love you enough to allow you to be in this probationary state here on earth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, he said, "Who shall I send?" Because you're going to need someone to redeem you all from your sins.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, the story I'm telling you is depicted exactly in hieroglyphics in Egypt. By the way, so what happens is he's like, "Who shall I send?" So Nodus says, "I'm the," and this is in the Bible too. "I'm the one. Send me. Send me." He's like, "I ain't gonna send you. I'm gonna send your brother." You know what I mean? So not Satan. He got pissed off. So he started this war.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now pay attention to this. Obviously, as you all know, 1/3 of these spirits followed him.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And this war happened. So those 1/3 of the spirits were cast out into a place we call the the 4 outer realms of darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What happened is obviously he finds a way. I'm not going to give you these details, but he finds a way to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And he ends up coming to Ard. His whole entire thing, obviously 1/3 of these spirits never received a body of flesh and bone, right?
Okay.
So his whole, and these are billions, okay? These are billions of individuals. So what you're seeing now is, and this is the first part of the story I can give you. What you see now is he comes to Ard, Earth, and wants to create hate. Because if he creates hate and a caste system, what happens when you create hate?
It spills over. It just
spills over.
It creates death, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
When
you have more bodies.
There you go. He's got bodies. He ends up getting control of a group. This group ends up removing Deliscus's seal, and it allows them to dig bodies up from the ground and take them back to Neris's realm. And if people are dying, he takes these bodies back to Neris's realm. Why? Because these individuals never receive bodies, and he needs to create his army to take over the world.
Damn, that's like Spawn. Hold on.
a little bit of The Walking Dead.
No Walking Dead, because these bodies. Don't listen up. Let me break this. Here's listen very closely. When the body, so we have it's called a soul.
Mm-hmm.
When they die, the spirit leaves the body, leaving the body soulless or spiritless. It creates a Dybbuk. If you understand the Dybbuk from Jewish mythology, when the body dies, the spirit wanders.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't tell you about the spirit that wanders, because that's in book 9. Anyhow, as I was saying,
this man is spitting bars.
so
this is intricate, and I dig it.
So you have the body. The body is not dead because the spirit inhabits the body. Are we clear now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So because these spirits didn't inhabit a body, he's going to take these bodies back to the realm. He's going to put metal on them. He's going to cloak them with power and imbue them with strength. And he's going to put these spirits here. They're going to inhabit these bodies.
Oh,
yeah.
So he repurposes the body. He repurposes the body for the spirit to inhabit.
Thank you.
Okay.
And now I'm not even talking. And then there's this group called the Ukaval. I'll talk about that later, but you can have me on for a different show for that one.
Yo, this is I don't want to say mind blowing, but it's mind blowing because I like the way that it's completely thought out.
Mm-hmm.
Completely thought out, and you see where the influences are coming from, and you see where it can go, and how you can flip it on its head.
Yeah, that's the level that you're going with it. That's why I was listening. I'm like, okay, it's different because there's so many layers that you're adding to it. So it is a Game of Thrones type storytelling, but I love the fact that you're taking actual historical facts and adding to it. That's always like, okay, I'm just gonna shut up and listen to this because I want to see where he goes with this. Because he really almost slipped up and went into the plot, but I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was like, he's about to tell himself.
Will's gonna let him go. He's
That's
gonna
why
like,
I shut up.
He was about to tell himself right there. I was like, all right, I guess I gotta go right. I gotta wait.
He's like, I almost got him.
I am respectfully uber impressed. I have I think some short-term memory situations. So 48 hours out is a lot to ask of me sometimes. But you talking about I'm gonna get you back to y'all. That's in book 9. And like the fact that you have that in Total Recall, but telling us specifically about 4 and 5 and how they 1,000 pages, and you already, I don't know how you sit down and was like, all right, this is going to be a 15-book arc.
So that's the weird part. I actually had 6,000. So it started out as just 12 chapters.
Okay.
I was like, I just want to write 12 chapters. That's it. I had my log line. I was like, I just want to do 12 chapters. I just want to tell this story real quick. And then what happened was I'm sitting here and I'm like, this is longer than I thought. So when it was all said and done, I had 6,000 pages on paper, front and back.
Okay.
And so during COVID, I said, well, I worked it out where I didn't have to, you know how it is. You got your mortgage stuff for a whole year. Job said, well, we're going to pay you. Just don't do this. And for a whole year, I was able to sit back and hone all. So I rewrote everything on computer. So basically a second rewrite of everything. And it came down and I was like, there's no way in hell this can be 12 chapters. So I looked at it and I was like, how am I going to do this? So I was like, well, let me break it down. So I just started breaking it down. I'm going to cut this part out. This is book 1. This is book 2. This is book 3.
I kind of figured you just had a wall somewhere.
I do. If you go in my office, I've got all these whiteboards like this, and it's got everything in detail lined up. But it helps to have a master's in chemistry and history.
Okay. That'll do it.
Humble flex. Humble brag.
See, I respect the whiteboards because that's how I operate. That's how I'm like, I guarantee he's got 6 whiteboards set up somewhere, and they're all in chronological order somewhere.
They are. Yep.
So you said you have a master's in chemistry and history?
That's correct.
We looking at another Dwayne McDuffie over here.
Yeah.
Dude, I was about to ask you, where did you go to do your research on all of this? And it's school.
Went to my dissertation.
It's weird how you
welcome to my TED Talk.
Well, going through high school, I had teachers telling me stuff I just didn't believe. So I started reading books like Lies My Teacher Told Me, Critical Race Theory, Stamped from the Beginning, Intersectionality, the Color of Law. Name it. I've got that whole in my name it. I've got them all in my library. So I went through and read all of that because I remember being in college for the first time, hearing stuff, and I'm like, hold up. They told that. Wait, I heard this. I was like, and I realized it opened up a different paradigm shift in my mind where I'm like, wow, I was told this, but this is what it really is. And that's when I started reading more and more books that they started banning. And I was like, so I started reading all those books. As I read those books, I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. So I started taking notes. You know what I mean? It helps have a photographic memory. You know what I mean? So I started taking notes and write that stuff down. So when I wrote it down, I was like, okay. I'm like, holy cow, I'm going to use all of this stuff to put it all into here. So when people read it, they're going to feel a certain way about it. And you're going to and so I had a friend read it in 2 days, and she was this white girl. And she goes, I felt weird reading it. I go, why'd you feel weird? I go, that's what it feels to live in my shoes. And she's like, oh. And so,
and this is why we need books not being banned.
When
that's why I made it a fantasy book.
They can't get rid of that now, can they?
No, they can try.
They tried that before; it didn't work out too well.
But I respect that though, because it's one of the things that we do see with authors such as yourselves. I'm always intrigued about how you put a story together, because there's different mechanisms, different vehicles, there's different narratives, points of view, how you want to approach it. And it could be simple, it could be straight line, it could be unorthodox. In your case, it can be layered like a nice cheesecake. So it's as I said, it's whatever the method is, it's always effective. Like you just explained that you just let someone who may or may not have been the target demographic read your literature, and it still got them.
In 2 days, she read the whole. Who reads 500 pages in 2 days?
It's kind of a an
well,
anomaly right there. I can read,
I mean,
but I'm
whether-
like that takes some dedication to pull that off.
whether
in 2
for
days.
work or for pleasure.
I used to think I was doing something reading a book in a week.
My grandmother read that last Harry Potter in a sitting. Over a tea.
But to your point though, the fact that your friend, they got it. It's like it's almost like I call it like the Kill a Mockingbird. Like if you ever see someone read To Kill a Mockingbird, and it's always that feeling of this book hits different. Yes, it's not the Bernstein Bears.
Yeah,
it's supposed to hit different. So in the same sense, that's how you know you have something where someone can read that and it's not the fact that it's not the same effect, but it's still the effect of I never thought about this or I never saw it this way, which is again one of your key goals in doing with the book is that you want to reach more, you want to reach people, but just in different ways, if that makes sense.
Most definitely.
It's impressive.
But I really did it to piss people off. Let's call it for what it is.
I mean, I'm all for that.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it because I knew it was there. I'm like, there's got to be a level petty somewhere.
Oh,
there it is.
There it is. Disruption is a beautiful thing.
Oh yeah,
it feels great because when you know you're doing it, you just keep adding to it. It's like a drug. You just keep doing it, and then after a while, you look back, and then like I remember going back, and I'm like, hell, I wrote that.
Yes. It's kind of weird. You're just pulling the Magneto. You just go back and look at all the destruction. And say, I didn't start out like this, but how did we get here?
Exactly.
We wouldn't have not been here if it wasn't for you.
Right.
Exactly. And so one of the things I touched on, like in book one, so let me be very clear when I say this. It's not a slave story, okay?
Okay.
Are there elements of slavery? Yes, there are. In book two, there's elements of what? Sex trafficking, because guess what? That happened to us during slave times. Book three, organ trafficking.
Once again.
And I tie that in with the Ukava. I'll keep that there. Book four, you already know persecution and hunting albinos.
Yep. But I mean, but all you're doing is you're interjecting history. What is history if not disruptive and sometimes uncomfortable?
As it should be.
Right. So I'm going to. What was it? What's the saying? If reading history does not tick you off, anger you, make you sad, or alarms you, then you're not reading history.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, the beauty thing about history is like when you tell stuff with those types of elements, it's almost undeniable. Like you said, we can tell, you can talk about the organ market because for the longest time, even to this day, it still gets talked about, maybe behind closed doors and shadows, but still there. And sex trade and slavery and the whole thing, black women being used for medical experiments. And you can go in each of these historical markers and just make a story. But the beauty thing about that story is it's based on actual facts. So again, that's why I say it's a little bit of the petty side, which again, I fully support. I fully support this because in order to get your point across, in order to actually tell a great story, there has to be a little bit of pettiness into it, which means that you are injecting a little bit of realism into it. Which means what's the greatest piece of literature out there that'll tick people off? History. As we're seeing even now. Yeah.
We can't have them read that. Why not? It's true.
I mean, it's amazing now that it's not just, like Chris said, it's not even just history books. I mean, like comic books. I don't want no woke comic. You can keep your MCU, you can keep your She-Hulk. I'm just gonna keep my Captain America.
The dude that literally punched Nazis.
Literally, first issue on the cover, punching Hitler in the face.
But as funny as I make up a stereotypical person voice, but that's how they see it. And it's amazing that they get quiet when stories like yours and others are out for the world to see. And it's amazing how quiet they get. Like, you don't, like I always say the best, you put out a considered controversial. I always say that if it's not a part of the norm, it's not controversial. It's just something you've never read that you probably should. It extend your mind a little bit. But it's amazing when you see those types of books come out, nobody says anything negative. It's almost like, holy crap, have you read it?
Yeah, if you go to Amazon, I've got 10 5-star reviews. But I'll say, you know, I mean, it's weird how you bring that up because you brought up something really important. So we were at this Black convention, and I was selling books, and there was this girl who had braids in her hair. You know how they have designs? You know the designs were used as slave routes, right?
Right.
So we have a group called the Navigators. They help navigate through these gates, and you have to look in their hair to know where you're going.
I like that.
I do love our stories. I really do, because they really are undefeated. It's undeniable and undefeated. And when they say things like, oh, like we were saying, I don't want that book in there. Like, look,
I mean,
you don't know. I literally had a whole video last week that popped up on my timeline where a senator, it's probably in Florida, he starts off talking about the X-Men and everything else, and I'm like, okay, you're on to something, and then he took a hard left, and I'm like, you missed the complete point.
You have literally never read a single X-Men comic book in your entire life.
The X-Men were created after Malcolm X and Martin Luther King.
That right there.
Appropriation again.
Yeah.
Our stories are undefeated.
But that's why I sit there and say that's why I encourage those types of books to be out there, because number one, eventually you might not get certain generations. Certain generations are just stuck on stupid and should be sterilized. I'm just gonna go ahead and call it it is. Wow. But
stuck on stupid.
Wow. Yeah, they should be.
We call it the sauce.
Yeah. because
eugenics is that.
Because just like you said, I mean, like for me explaining about hairstyles, it's like you want to explain locks and certain hairstyles and braids and weaves and cornrows and there is like you said, there is a historical backlog to that. So imagine and it's like you'll be surprised that again, this is going back to how education is in schools, depending on what side of the world you're on. It is amazing that as you explain it, you just see the lights go off. And it's like, that's what you're saying? It's like, well, that's what our hair means. It's like, yes, our hair is also our crown. Our hair is this.
Well, they even stored food in their hair.
Yeah.
Grains of rice and everything. Yeah.
They did it. I mean, don't get me started.
Here I am thinking I was doing something in first grade. 6-year-old little me. When they're talking about Christopher Columbus, and first thing they say, he sailed the ocean blue and discovered America. And I'm like, didn't y'all just say that the Indians was here?
Right. And that's why we got in trouble in elementary school.
Right.
And that's why we got in trouble, because
my mom's getting called up to the school, and I'm like, but they lied.
And he wasn't here first. Mansa Musa, as people were. They took ships riding the sea current.
I want that so bad.
Sertima said that in his book.
They taught the Greeks. They taught the Greeks.
It's funny. And especially if you think about it, like when they try to explain it, oh, he went to the West Indies. Did we not own maps by then? He went to the Indies, but America was. So
you ain't gonna change that.
Yeah, right. Just gonna gloss that over, right.
that was me in second grade. Map of the world. Okay, Christopher Columbus went to the West Indies. Okay, here. Okay, America's here. Wait, dude. Are we still telling this lie?
Just say that man got lost. They call it a day. Like,
I mean, yeah, right. But that's the wild part. It's just like as a lot of because again, our people are a ingenious, creative collective that spans generations and decades. I mean, we could spend the better part of the night of things that were created by our people, developed by our people. we could, spend the better part of many hours doing that. But it's amazing that in comics and in graphic novels and in even audio stories, you can tell that story. And again, it's just, to me, that I think that's going to be the next wave. Like authors, writers, because apparently I can't say authors. Studies yourself.
Words are hard.
It's that baby.
Words are hard. Words are hard.
That's his go-to. That was such a Neanderthal response. He was like, "Words are hard."
You should have seen me struggling this morning. It was terrible. It was good and terrible. But no, the wave of it is just that we're seeing that trend, and I'm saying, we like me, Will, Kira, Chris have all said this. I mean, we see it in television where history is really starting to become the new media, and authors such as yourself are all coming out, and you all are not. And the beauty part about this is you're not telling the same story. You are all going from the same area. Don't get me wrong. You're all pulling from the same area, which again is cool, but you're telling different stories. And that's what I love about it. That you guys, it's like you guys aren't cookie cutter. Each of you are an individual cookie. Y'all are literally a variety pack, but every bit of y'all was good. That's about the best way I can
We all
put
know
it.
we don't never touch that one bag of chips.
Right.
We know that. It'd
Which
be the
one's
last. It'd be that last bag of chips. It'd be them Fritos. It'd be the last bag of chips. Nobody touches the Fritos unless you hard pressed.
I'm like, got the bean dip.
The bean dip.
I'm like, Fritos is a struggle. That's when you on that off day, you on that off week of payday struggle. That's just
don't eat them Fritos. You got some chili or something. Just
that's like spam. That's
Do
like
the sprinkle
spam
pack a
and
little
saltine
bit on.
crackers.
Oh God.
Well, it's funny how you say that when you say about history, because so the research I've been doing, I introduced the Black Vikings, and Viking Halfdan. He was a Black Viking. So when I'm doing all this history, I'm like, now, fancy me this. We've all do your research. You mean to tell me the Vikings just went left and right? They didn't go down?
Heck no. Well, we all know.
Exactly. There's a reason why they ain't telling you they go down, though.
They asked around and found out. Around and find out that untold story.
Literally, that's the title of the next book.
Well,
man.
So that's just the one thing we're doing, because you know how the Vikings talk about Valhalla?
Yeah.
And they want to fight because they know if they die, they go to Valhalla.
Right.
So there's a section where we're setting it up where they kill Wittens, and Wittens are white people. And so what happens is, if they're killing them, they're going to go to Valhalla. That's you'll like that one.
Okay.
Man.
I was gonna say
all right. So when you sending me a book?
Yeah. Because
when you sending me a book?
Need this in our life right now.
I mean, go. I got my website, www.sahel.com. You go there. I can, get it shipped to you. I've got books at home. The second edition comes out in October. I knew I could get away in the first edition with a couple of errors. I knew I could, because it was the first book.
Okay.
I was told that I shouldn't polish it up because it has some originality to it, if you know what I'm saying. Whereas the second book, it's all polished. Second, third, fourth, they're all polished. And so they'll be coming out once a year without fail on the 19th.
Okay, so I have to go to your website then. I'm sorry. I'm see, this is the thing I do where you guys tell me where your site is, and my eyes go back and forth. It's only because I'm already there. And
yeah, Will moves pretty fast.
I kind of move pretty fast on books, so I apologize if my eyes go back and forth with a cartoon character.
Fair enough.
Yeah, man, David.
No,
this
it's
has been
www.sahel.com.
Sahel.com.
Yeah.
Let me switch that out real quick. But David, man, thank you. It's eye-opening. It's eye-opening, and I like when I hear these type of stories, because we don't get these type of stories enough. Am I right on this one?
Oh, you right.
So And when you spin it, when you spin the tail in such a way, here we go, sahel.com. When you spin the tail in such a way that one, you are grabbing the reader who likes to talk about superheroes and everything else, but then you're also grabbing them because you're telling them about history.
Exactly.
And I think this is where stories like yours and like shows like Lovecraft Country is another prime example of telling a narrative and then being able to teach you at the same time. So it is a whole ball, and I love it. I love it, man. So I have to give you this because that's so dope. It's all dope.
I mean, I was listening. I was listening up. I like it. It's like, I hate to say it, I was kind of turning to that meme like, this dude is spitting.
Yeah, yes. Dwayne out here doing his thing, man. I'm like, when he said 15, I'm like, Jesus.
That is a man that has learned from previous authors. Like, oh no, there will be no delays. You got this solid 15 right here.
Well, I was let down by Robert Jordan, The Wheel of Time.
Oh,
I was let down by George R.R. Martin. I like Brandon Sanderson. I know Brandon. You know, I mean, his stuff is good. I like, Brandon Mull.
Okay.
So I like all, but there's 3 or 4 other authors where they didn't finish their books, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. Octavia Butler, love her. N.K. Jemisin, love her. You know, I mean, I've read them all, so I'm like, I love them all. And their books were something different, but I wanted to make sure I went away because I knew their stories, and I went away from that. If that makes any sense. I want to be different, and so I want to. So it was hard, but it took time because I wanted to publish 4 years ago, and my friend goes, "Don't, you're not ready." I'm like, I'm not ready. I'm ready.
He said, "No."
Hey, you did the legal route.
Let him cook.
That was a smart thing. You got legal and trademark, so as long as you got the legal stuff out the way,
the fact that he said, "No, you're not ready. Not yet.
That's what they said. They're like, "You just got to do this," and I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "Fine." And so I didn't. Sometimes you don't even. This is just a hobby. I didn't do this to make money. I didn't. I mainly did it because I wanted to educate my people, but I wanted to see us in a positive light. You know what I mean? And I wanted to see, being raised by Black women, I wanted to see women in a positive light. You know what I mean? Like, you have the stereotype of the strong Black women. Well, guess what? They are strong. They are Black. They're beautiful. And they have feminine just as much as masculine features. They've got them all.
Yeah.
And I wanted to show all of that and put that on display.
That's what I'm talking about.
Cool,
man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kira's Lady Mandalore's thanking you for that whole line. I'm thanking you for being a guest and the whole line. I'm not thanking you on behalf of the Black women. That would look weird.
I'm thanking you for being petty. Keep that petty side, sir. From one man holding the banner flag of petty to another. Please keep that flag flying.
Oh my God, Dwayne, thank you for coming on, man. This was a dope conversation, man. This is your content alone.
I bought your book.
See there. We move fast. We move fast.
Yeah, no.
We move fast.
It's on the way.
I got time to read, so my backlog will be cleared out in a few weeks.
But yeah, man, thank you for coming on. We definitely got to have you back when you have book 22, 23, 24, 25. Because once again, we have a history in our culture that there's never not enough story to tell. Right. So thank you once again. I'm giving you this again because damn.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And I gotta give you this one as well. I gotta give you this one because you were spitting. You were spitting. You were spitting. You were spitting. Thank you again for coming on, man. Go check him out. Go to sahel.com. Here we go. Pull that up right there. Sahel.com. Check out his content. Don't just check it out. check it out at the checkout. Get that work. Learn yourself. Learn yourself.
That's gotta be trademarked somewhere.
Yeah, learn yourself.
Learn
I gotta throw that on the shirt. Learn yourself. Oh man. Lady Mandalore, tell them what's going on, where they can find you.
You can find me right here on Blerd's Eye View every Tuesday and Thursday. Chris will tell you the times.
Yes.
I also have a brand new podcast. I will be having live episodes air every Sunday at 9 p.m. until I get too tired. But on Saturdays, you can actually conversate with me and another group of Blerds on this app called Fanbase. But you can also catch me on the Instagrams at Roomful of Blerds. You can find me on TikTok, where I do my voice acting. Thank you. Or I do my voice acting thing. And also, yeah, I do.
I need to get back to it.
Yeah, and there's a weird like headbanger video that I'm in that went viral. So if you want to contribute to that, have fun.
Wait, what?
Yeah. See, y'all ain't watching.
It's time for you to come out of sabbaticals. It's a cinematic assassin. You got to come out of sabbatical. If only for Lady Mandalore.
Oh yeah. You can just the one time. It's not even that long. It's like a minute and some change, and that's it. Okay. It's really good. It's Rage Against the Machine. It's really good. It's fun.
Oh man, cinematic assassin.
Yes, as alluded to a second ago, I am continue to be on a social media hiatus, but no matter the site you're on, when I return, you can find me at Mayhem Media. I will be doing skits and movie reviews and TV reviews and whatever the hell I choose.
I don't know if you meant for that to rhyme, but it did.
Bars. Tell how at me, son. I'm ready. Fish and spaghetti. All right.
God, dude.
Can you tell I don't sleep very well?
Okay. Man, was
on that note, mental health is important. Go ahead and take that PTO, and whatever you do, lean into laughter, lean into learning, and lean into love, because it'll make the world a better place.
There you go. Black Spartan in the building.
Yes.
Baby brain and all.
Yes, baby brain and all, and running on caffeine and hope. So, yes.
So it begins.
Yeah, not complaining. I promise I'm not complaining. But I am Black Spartan, also known as BlackBox447 on all socials. I usually do reviews on everything that I read, that I play, that I listen to, that I watch, even gym stuff, because some people have got in their minds I'm a personal trainer. I am not. I am a guy that's just trying to lose weight. That is it. I have no delusions of grandeur. I am not trying to be an IG model, but if you need help, I'll do my best, I guess. Just got to throw it out there, because I had some people coming to me like, dude, you're big. Yeah, I'm fat.
Yo, I'm a personal trainer. Everybody that works out is not a personal trainer. Y'all got to relax out there.
Let it be. I just want to throw that out there. It's like, I appreciate everybody telling me how good I look, but honestly, I am not. But I just have to throw that out there. But again, I do have a couple podcasts of my own. I do have my daily political news podcast called How the Frack We Got Here, that is every Wednesday and every Saturday, that can be seen on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I do have a video game podcast called Give It Podcast with my co-host Joe Tonello every Friday. It also can be found on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I am one of the many heads of the Blerd's Eye View writing columnist. Writing people. I am one of the writing people for Blerd's Eye View. Specifically in
Wait, I'm gonna record this.
Why?
Hold on.
It's spreading.
Oh,
It's like Ebola. It's spreading. First, it's spreading. But yes, I am one of the
beauty of live.
This, I am one of the columnists for Blerd's Eye View for wrestling. Why? Because wrestling is real and people are fake. Shout out to Mr. Kennedy for that one. And again, guys, we all need to be more about unifying, more unity, celebrating people's victories and getting the bag and just getting a step up aside of being salty. At the same time, like Will said, take your PTO, because PTO means prepare the others, because the job is not going to care about you, but you should care about yourselves. I am rooting for all of you, especially my people of color and seasoned male folks. As for the rest of y'all, I just have one rule about me being social as I talk to everybody. Don't be a dick. We'll all be cool.
There you go. Yo, everybody, it is your man, Chris Fury, the man on the wall. Thank you to Dwayne Madry for this. I don't even know how to. It's just dope. What he's got going. He spit facts. He spit bars. He left the stage aflame.
Hit a hot fire.
And his chambers are still loaded. Ain't that something? But thank you for coming on, my guy. This was really eye-opening. You have fans over here. You automatically. You've answered a lot of questions, and gave us many more, because now we need to get our hands on these books. You can catch Blerd's Eye View every Tuesday at 8:30 on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And Thursdays, same channels at 9 p.m. Eastern. You can also catch us on Always Press Record. Boom, boom, boom. Go to Always Press Record TV on Roku or Amazon Fire. Just go to alwayspressrecord.com. You can catch these lovely faces on your television. Ooh.
And me too.
Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. We out here. You can also check us out on YouTube. Go to the YouTube page. Hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, so you get to see all this great stuff, past stuff, and some stuff in between. And you can also listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts, including, where's it at? Opulence Radio. Shout out to Amram for Opulence Radio. You can listen to Blerd's Eye View, which leads the charge on the Blerd Out Blast on Thursdays all day long. You check out Blerd shows. We talk about it. We here for it. You want it. We got it. There ain't nowhere else to put it. You can also check us out on IG. Go to the IG, Blerd's Eye View. And you find the link tree in the bio that will send you to all these great places, including the Facebook page, Blerd's Eye View Podcast, where I post from time to time, and everything else, and all that great stuff. And news, and reviews. And you might catch some of these hands every now and then if you're acting up out there, but we ain't afraid. We ain't afraid over here.
We ain't scared to talk about BS.
Yeah, we don't do that. We don't do that. No. We gonna hold you. Don't let us hold you. Grab him and hold him. Grab him and hold him. That's all you gonna hear. Fitz Fry. But I want to thank our guests once again for coming in, Dwayne Madry and Sahil. You need to go check him out, man. It was a awesome breakdown of what you do, and to be 15 books in, George R.R. Martin could never. I'm just saying, you got it. You hit it on the head. You got a formula that works. You've seen a need, and now you're feeding that need to other masses. And I know Demetrius ain't gonna mind me saying this. That's what makes you Blerd and powerful. So I appreciate that. Once again, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for the comment section. Thank you for everybody out there that's watching us and showing support. You can always support us by giving stars, and soon a Patreon will be coming up. And guess what? Merch comes with Patreon stuff. So don't be shy. Learn Yourself is going on a t-shirt now. So
bring your tidings to Blerd's Eye View.
Bring the tidings to Blerd's Eye View. We won't sell you that miracle water at 3 a.m. We just gonna give it to you.
We will break things though, but don't
or sea moss. No sea moss.
No herbal tea. We don't do Herbalife, and we don't. What's the other one?
Tummy tea.
Crystals.
We don't do tummy tea. There we
like
go.
Tummy tea. Look, we don't make no promises, but we won't tell you no lies. So there it is. Remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. This is Chris Fury with Dwayne Madry and this dope crew of mine. We will see you Tuesday. Talk to you later.